Turns out you don't need a pressure fryer or a decade in a Korean kitchen to make chicken this good. You just need to fry it, freeze it, and fry it again. And yeah, it's kind of magic, especially the results you get. A crispy, airy crust with a stickier and saucier bite. So today we're diving into the special batter at the heart of this method, how it works, and why it gives you such an insanely crispy crust. Plus, I'll show you how to make that sticky, spicy Korean fried chicken glaze that brings the whole thing to life. When it comes to chicken choice, you do you, my friends, but for me, nothing beats breaking down a whole bird and frying it. Every cut brings something different. They all put in work when it comes to fried chicken. That said, I did grab a pack of chicken tenderloins too because my wife's out of town right now, but when she's back in a few days, she's definitely gonna want her KFC style fingers. Korean fried chicken batter is a special beast, but it starts simply enough. 150 grams of all-purpose flour, 150 grams of cornstarch, 4 grams of salt, and 4 grams or 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Whisk that together, then add 150 grams of ice cold water and 150 grams of soju. Soju is a delicious beverage. It's similar to vodka, but it's got lower alcohol and a slightly more exciting flavor. And in this case, a job to do. We're replacing some of the water in the batter with ethanol to help keep gluten from forming, which gives you a lighter, crispier fry. If soju isn't on the menu, vodka works just fine, or just use all ice water. I like a double fry on most any fried chicken, but with Korean fried chicken, it's non-negotiable. No cheating, gang. While you're bringing a pot of oil up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, season your chicken with salt and drop it into the batter. And listen, don't just yeet these into the hot oil unless your goal is a grease fire. Let the excess batter drip off each piece, then gently lower it into the oil, sort of like it owes you money, but you're still on good terms. And please do not overcrowd the pot. There's a timeline in your future where this goes terribly wrong, and it starts with too many pieces in one batch. For a whole chicken, I ended up doing 3 batches. Fry for 4 to 5 minutes. You're not going for color here, just a fully set cooked coating. I transferred everything to a wire rack, but a sheet tray with paper towels will do the trick. At this point, you've got a par-cooked fried chicken. And hey, if you're feeling peckish, you can bump the oil to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and finish the job now. But this is where the real magic kicks in. It took me a minute to clear out space in the freezer, but once I did, I threw the whole tray in, uncovered, to freeze solid. Depending on your freezer and the chicken cuts you chose, this could take a few hours. I let mine go overnight. Beside the obvious benefit of having fried chicken basically ready to go at any time, freezing at this stage is going to give you a way crispier, more delicious crust when it's time for the final fry. While that batter freezes, any leftover water inside crystallizes into ice, which in the process disrupts the starch structure. It essentially breaks it open, creating more surface area as the starch granules bloom and fracture. And when it's time for the second fry, more surface area means more Maillard reaction, aka deeper flavor. But even better, more crisp. As soon as that frozen chicken hits hot oil, all those ice crystals rapidly vaporize. That quick steam puff not only lifts the crust for extra crunch, it also creates tons of tiny holes throughout the batter. And those holes help the oil drain out more easily, giving you a lighter, less greasy fry, and a crispier one too. Plus, all that texture gives your sauce something to cling to. So yeah, extra crunch, better flavor, better sauce coverage, that's your food science for the day. There are 2 classic Korean fried chicken sauces, soy garlic and spicy. Personally, I'm all about that spicy sauce, and this recipe slaps. Grab a saucepan and add 200 grams of gochujang chili paste, which I'm not gonna lie, if this is not in your arsenal, it needs to be. Deep, funky, spicy, sweet, it's a flavor bomb. Next up, 30 grams of minced ginger, 40 grams of Frank's Red Hot, 25 grams of rice vinegar, and 150 grams of Korean rice syrup. I'm not gonna lie, this stuff was tough to track down, unless you're good with ordering off Amazon, but it really pulls the sauce together, and it gives the chicken that glossy, sticky finish you're after. And yeah, tracking it down nearly broke me. 4 grocery stores later, I remembered phones aren't just for doom scrolling. You can call stores like in real time before you drive to them. But honestly, totally worth the hunt. Set this over medium heat until it just starts to simmer, then kill the heat. That's all it needs. This glaze is wild. That said, the real muscle is in the gochujang and the Franks, so if you're in a rush, or if 2 rounds of frying already felt like enough commitment for one day, mix those 2 together until it tastes delicious, and move on with your life. Now that we've built the texture and the flavor, let's finish this thing. Bring your oil up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and drop in the chicken straight from frozen. You're basically tossing giant ice cubes into hot oil, so the temperature's gonna drop fast. At home, I usually keep the burner on full blast when I fry, and this is definitely one of those times. You wanna fry the chicken for a solid 10 to 12 minutes, depending on the size of the pieces, to make sure everything's hot and fully cooked all the way through. But once they're out and drained on paper towels, the texture is ridiculous. Just listen to that crunch. Toss the chicken in plenty of that glaze and hit it at a minimum with sesame seeds. Ideally add some chopped scallions too. And you're in for a sticky, crunchy, sweet and spicy treat. But that's it for me on this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.